Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Frozen Lap Racing. Today we had a pretty intense race with the Toyota GR86. Yeah, so let's get on with it. Coming up to this first corner, I just thought I've got to stay on the inside to get as many spots as possible. I really hugged it tight. I was expecting to be hit or something, but that was actually lucky. Very lucky for me. And then yeah, this guy that I just went around there, we saw him coming for a dive bomb, moved out of the way, and it turned out to be a very smart decision. Gained us an easy spot out of that. But as we're going through, it's just, I had never raced this track, so we're just trying to find out, get a really good grasp from braking zones, gears on each corner, while trying to maintain the gap we have to the front, or even gaining closer. You'll notice when we come through, first lap unscathed, just the 1X because of going off the track on the first corner. Coming into that corner there, I was just thinking, look, if I can brake late enough and catch up to him, which it turned out to be a good move, gained a lot of time and then made an easy overtake before we come up to these downhill S's. And then just trying to catch up to these four just to try and enter the battle. Gotta say, coming into this corner here, into the horseshoe, I was feeling very, very comfortable to catch up to anyone going through this. But then when they were going slow like that, having to sacrifice some speed right at the end of before the exit of it. Accidents happening all over the place. If you look at the map, you're seeing tons of people going off all the time. Like this, as I say it, he goes off. And I thought, yeah, another easy pass, as long as he concedes, because he could have made this corner bad. But he conceded for me, and we went. And this guy, I lose all my speed thinking he's going to go into me, but he caught it. But now we're vulnerable to the cars behind us. So if you watch what happens here, we think we've got the corner, and he comes for a little bit of a late challenge, and it just totally screws us up. And we got lucky to avoid a second collision there. But if you look here, as we come, we're about to turn, he's just stuck his nose there as we're literally about to turn. So, sort of on us, but it was a late challenge, so got a bit unlucky there. Now we're under this guy like glue. And I'm thinking I might hit this guy into this corner. I back off, which in hindsight I think is a bad decision. I should have stayed right there. I would have had him on the straight, but now I'm stuck behind him and forced to brake when he brakes on these corners here, which I was happy to keep going quicker. So now the challenge is to get around this guy. Guys, yeah, I was lucky to keep it on the track there, but I think me braking so late also caused him to brake late, which kind of meant that he screwed up later in the corner, I screwed up the start. Nearly throws us into the grass, just trying to get the racing line. Wasn't happy about that, but I was like, look, neither of us got a incident point, went off the track or whatnot, so I was like, let's just keep chugging along. And this guy here, we have a bit of a battle for a couple of laps just trying to get around him. Like, as you can see, he's made some distance, but where we make it up every time is on this corner here. See, already gained like all that time. We're right behind him. Back into the draft zone. Now, I believe I pull out to the right here, trying to scare him a little bit to see if we can get him to make a mistake. Doesn't really, he does a little bit, but he just, you know, he keeps it. He keeps the momentum in front of us. We almost got what we wanted there, but still, he keeps it. Now I'm just kind of like trying to put the car in any kind of position that throws him off. Just constantly trying to make this guy get thrown off. You know, trying to go up the outside of him, force him slow. I gave too much room coming mid-corner here, so we lose it. And all the while I'm trying to get around this guy, the guy behind us, he's just slowly reeling us in because he's got all the free air. See, it's such an early break that just the guy behind us, bang, he's on us now. The guy in front of us didn't need this brake that hard going into those corners. So I'm like, okay, let's try going around the outside now. So we pretty much nail the corner how we want. I feel like he panics that we might be on the outside there and loses control, which gives us a spot. So we got lucky with that. I think if he wasn't worried about hitting me and was confident he had made the space in front, yeah. Then we, just trying to keep him behind us, we screw up these two corners. Managed to keep it, but we screw them both up. And I was confident on the inside here, but then he had a much better corner, but we both got away with a 0x with that contact, and we somehow managed to keep the place. Now we're like, alright, we need to catch these guys. We're like 4.5 seconds behind. We go through here, and I'm like, alright. We're like almost 5 seconds behind these two. They're battling. Maybe we can catch them. While also trying to make sure we don't get overtaken as well. So this lap I'm really trying to push, keeping these guys behind me, while also trying to nail everything to catch up to these guys. We already brought it down by like half a second, so I'm like, oh sweet, we're getting somewhere. At certain parts of the track, these two guys are quicker. Like I lose some time here, I think. Yeah. See, it's already back out to 4.5. I was like, how? And then we get back down to 4 seconds, 4.2. I was like, alright, but a few corners there, out there, a little quicker at. We've lost one at the back of us, and it's just me and this guy now, and I'm still thinking now that he's behind me, he's more comfortable. He's in my braking when I brake, following my lines. So he's clearly a driver that is quick when he's following someone, but can get a bit rattled when he's being chased. This Kevin. And then right here we see that there's been an accident with the leaders, and I'm like, yes, we can. I was like, should I slide through this gap? No, I'm not going to take it. He's going out wide. So I was like, let's just go in along the side of him. Now this is what happened. just almost looks like the one on the right there, just number 10, didn't even turn and just keeps bumping into him. And then here we are coming through, trying to get the place. And I was like, alright, can we get him? And I'm like, no, we haven't got him. But we now need to try and slot in between him and the next guy. We managed to pull it off. So now, the cars I had behind me, plus the leaders that crashed, they're sitting right behind me. So we've got a pack of what, like 4 or 5 here, 5 I think it is, trying to chase down third. He just kind of got lucky with these two having an accident and just sliding through. I think about going down the inside, but I haven't got along the side of him. Like, I think the second we break, it said I was beside him, but I was like, this guy's going to turn in because it's too late before he gets the crew chief saying car right. So I was like, no, I've got to give him the corner or we're both going out here. Had to play it smart. Couldn't just dive bomb it and hope that I'd get through. Now I'm trying to get this corner so I get more runoff speed, but he did that pretty well. Now we've pretty much got third with us now, so this pack goes all the way to 8th, I believe. So we've got 6 cars now. So now it's a good little pack, you know. There's a lot of action happening. And I've lost him a little bit, and I'm like, no. But then I'm like, well, if he's going to battle him in the course of battling, I'll catch up. So, and that's exactly what happens here. We screw up the corner, but so do these two. He just kind of gives him a little helping hand to get around him. I mean, the guy did lose the control, but he gave him a helping hand. And we benefit from it as well. Same as the guy behind us, he also benefits. Now I'm just trying to think how we're going to get around this guy, because now we've been behind him a little bit. You can see that he's a pretty good driver. There's a few places we can get him a bit unnerved, but how do we get around? And yeah, as you can see there, we lose one in the background. I'm not confident where he's going to brake there because I haven't been right behind him. So we give him the space and try to get around him here. And we're like, yes, we might get this done on the outside of this corner. So as we're going through, all of a sudden he gets hit into us. And we just kind of end up in the same scenario. Now if you look at the replay, he comes down the inside and gives him a tap into me, and that screws us all up. But out of it, we do gain a spot. We managed to overtake him. I was wondering where that was going to come from. There we go. Now the guy behind us, Jordan, he's pretty quick, so we're kind of like, all right, we need to get around this guy in front of us, or he's gonna pounce. He's just gonna wait for it. So I'm doing my best here. We've got like 2 laps left, I think, at this point. And I'm like, we just need to get around him. But at this point, I'm also like, I'm too far behind. I feel like I'm too far behind, so I'm really pushing to try and get this guy. Or like reeling back in, I should say, just so we can at least challenge for it. I was, at that point, after the accidents and everything, that became a 8X incident because of that off-track back there, but I was like, I just need to take it, this guy behind us. And coming into that corner back there, I was worried he was just going to dive bomb, so I kind of kept this in the space. He couldn't really go for it legitimately, so I just kind of kept putting the car in a spot that he just couldn't really do it unless he had the pace or the momentum to do so. And I was just, the whole time I'm thinking with this guy behind me, just don't dive bomb, don't dive bomb, don't dive bomb. Just want it to be clean. If you're going to overtake me, don't screw up my race too. So we managed. He caught us there, but then loses a little bit of control, gives us some breathing space. It's only like 0.6 of a second, but he was closer. He's like 0.3, 0.4. So we get a little bit of breathing space now. We're like, how are we gonna unsettle this guy? So we go into the braking zone. And I'm like, oh, I've gone a little wide, and as I tap him, trying to not spin him. And the guy behind us, as I said, straight on us. Now he's looking to go down our left here. And I'm like, I just can't let that happen. Like, see, he's going for it. But with that pace coming down the side, he was either going to take me out or both of us out. Gives us a bit of a love tap, but I'm like, no, we haven't got the pace to catch this guy. We're last lap, we're not going to get him. And then this corner, we absolutely nail it compared to him. I'm like, alright. Last two corners, that's where it's going to happen. I've already decided, I'm going for it. And we come into this big sweeping left, and I'm like, yep, we've got him. I knew we had him. We just get alongside him, I brake slightly later, and I'm like, just keep the speed up, keep the speed up, keep the speed up, and stay inside. And like I said, Jordan, that's what I was worried about with myself, is just that little tap that he gave to him to get behind us. And there you have it. We managed to come third. After all that happened in that race, we somehow managed to come third, and it starts to rain. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed that, like, subscribe, follow, and catch you on the next video.